Hi, I'm Christel, and I'm here to do a reading, what I call the Frazzled and Frayed reading for each of the zodiac signs, because we're living in a time where things are quite overwhelming and people may be stressed, and some of you may feel that really, anxiety, stressed. You may even feel low or depressed, exhausted, all that sort of feelings. And I'm just going to do a reading to give you a way to deal with that, sort of a remedy, a potion, an antidote to deal with the stress and anxiety that comes with all these changes and all these weird energies, and also these weird things that have been happening in 2020 and are still happening because we're not at the end of the year yet. But astrologically speaking, it's going to get a little bit more calm towards the second half of this month, and then December and the end of this year. So let's hope that's true. And then for now, I'm going to just start your reading. This reading is for you, Libra, the Frazzled and Frayed reading for you. So let me just make some room and take the main cards first. Let's start with the main cards. Four of Wands, the Sun, King of Pentacles, and Ace of Swords. So Libra, it feels like you're not that frazzled and frayed, but if you are, then let's see these cards as reminders of what you've got, because really it is important that you remind yourself to know that you have a foundation, and that foundation is a good one. And if you connect with that foundation, the Four of Wands here, it is a joyous time for you. This is also the Home card. So I think that if you're in lockdown, maybe it feels like this card is saying enjoy this moment at home. Use it, use this energy to regenerate. And why do I say use this energy to regenerate? Because there's the sun. I think if you are like in lockdown and being at home, but even if you're not, make sure that you look after your foundation, and whether that foundation is literally your home where you live, or whether that foundation is like your emotional stability, like it's your balance. This is important that you have that. These cards are indicating that, and because that gives you the joy, that gives you peace of mind, and that gives you this connection with your inner self. And that is really important. So I see these two cards as you taking really care of your roots, your foundations, the things that ground you, and the things that give you pleasure and joy. And it can be found close to home. It can be even found in your home. I find this King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is also very earthy. It's earthy energy, it's grounding energy, it's the king that has resources, that knows what to use and how to use those resources he has at his disposal in a very good way. It's also the king that has the Midas touch, like everything he touches turns into gold. Now, I'm not saying this is here for you in a literal way doing that, but what I'm saying here is that if you take care of yourself and these roots, these foundations, if you connect with your inner self through self-care, through, trying to balance yourself out, and this is all in these cards, then you become the king of that, and you can always connect to that feeling of grounding, that feeling of, okay, I'm okay with whatever I already have. And that having is not necessarily a material having. It can be an emotional, psychological, a spiritual, an emotional having. I probably said emotional twice, but yeah, well, happens. Now the Ace of Swords In those moments that you lose touch with these, that you feel more frayed and frazzled, that's when you go back to this rational being, you know, to have this moment of aha, and you stop yourself and you say, okay, I am out of balance, I am feeling really anxious, I'm feeling afraid, I'm feeling stressed, I'm feeling depressed, whatever that feeling is. You have to notice it. You have to be really attentive and aware of it so that you can go back to this state, because this state is what's going to help you through any frazzled and frayed moment you may have. Now, let's have a look here with the messages. So the first one is number 28 of the hexagram of the I Ching. And in English, it's called, because these are Dutch cards, so I have to always see what the exact English expression is. Great exceeding. It's about tension, about overdoing it, but also being overburdened, exhaustion, breaking point. It's really, you know, this here. When you come to that place where you lose the balance that you need, when you have the frayed and you're really like, you're breaking down, it's all too stressful. This card is a reminder that, look, so the person here is carrying all the burdens of the stones on top of his back. This card, whenever that happens, be reminded that you can be aware of it, and that the more aware you are of the fact that you're doing this, then you can go back to your roots, your foundations, and then you can find happiness and success, not success, but peace and harmony in that. And then you ground yourself and you master yourself. It's a king is a master of. So it's about mastering those moments that you go totally out of balance. And I'm not saying that you have to be constantly in complete balance, because that's very impossible. I don't even believe there is such a thing as complete balance. But at least you can scale this feeling down and make it as less impactful as you can. And let's see what this card says. Beautiful. I'm going to take the booklet with it as well. Dog spirit, be loyal to what you have. I think that this card is really, again, about the foundations, the gratitude. Here also gratitude. These two cards, the dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. And you know, it's about going back to those roots. But let me just have a quick look, what else I may be not saying or forgetting to say. So it says that although change is part of life and all of us are meant to evolve, our love and commitments remain strong. So love, commitments in the roots, the foundation, the home. You know, that whether it's a material home, a physical home, or, you know, you being home within yourself, that connection that you need to create in yourself. You are loved now. You can trust that this higher love is true. Spirit loves you, and love has arrived in many forms now, manifesting in the people you surround yourself with. Dog spirit also says to be true to that which you love, for now is time of good fortune. So that which you love, that which you love. It is very important, and it may take some time for you to realize that that can be enough. And that whenever that change is overwhelming you and keeping you, you know, really down, you go back to these cards here. These cards are your resolution, your go-to moment whenever this happens, and whenever, you know, you become overwhelmed. And you do it through being very aware and very, you know, noticing the thoughts, noticing what you're doing, which emotions come up with those thoughts you're having, the thoughts that really are not very helpful to you. So, Libra, that's it for your Frayed and Frazzled reading. So you can always go back to it whenever you need, if you feel that moment here. So, bye for now. See you.